guess what we're making today? We're making waffles, but we're gonna make special waffles. I like the Keto Chow apple pie, and so I'm advocating for Chris and Miriam at Keto Chow to please make big bags of the apple pie flavor because it's fantastic. But I'm going to show you how to make apple pie waffles with pecans using the Snickerdoodle Keto Chow. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Keto Crafter. My name is Lori, and I have been following a ketogenic, ketovore, carnivore lifestyle since November of 2019. I've lost a grand total so far of 115 pounds. I've put my fibromyalgia and hidradenitis in remission, and I love this way of eating. So today we're going to make some apple pie with pecans waffles, but we're not using apple, we're using jicama. You may have seen this in your produce section and you probably ignored it unless you are a Latino and you know what to do with it, or unless you've been keto for a while and you either use this to make faux fries or just use it like in a slaw. But this is jicama. It's spelt J-I-C-A-M-A, and it's a Mexican root vegetable. It has the taste sort of between like a Granny Smith apple and like a crunchy pear or like a potato, but it doesn't have as many carbs in it. So this is a pretty big one. I'm gonna get a lot of waffles. And the nutritional information, you can just look it up on Google and it'll tell you how many carbs. I don't know exactly. I think it was around, I know it did like for 100 grams, but I'm not weighing this, and because I don't count anything. I just know what my body can and can't handle. I got my coffee in my Ravenclaw mug that I got at Universal while I was there. So I'm gonna peel this, and then I'm gonna dice it up, and then I'm gonna show you what else I'm gonna do after all that. Stay tuned. Okay, so I looked up the nutritional information for the jicama. For 1 cup of jicama, there are 11 grams of total carbohydrates. Now, I know what you're thinking that's pretty high carbs, and it is, but 6.4 grams is dietary fiber. So do what you will with that. Like I said, I don't have them all the time. This is a treat, but you know, it's nice because you can make it taste like apple. And now I'm gonna show you how. So what I've got is my Ninja Foodie, because this is the easiest way to do a big batch of this. And let me go get my stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're gonna cook our jicama down, kind of like you would make fried apples or sauteed apples. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on our Ninja Foodie, and I've got it on the saute function on high. Then I'm gonna melt a stick of butter. Again, you gotta love any recipe that starts out with a stick or a pound or, you know, a ton of butter. Now this is a little bit of extra work, but it is so worth it. And like I said, this is not an everyday thing. This is just every once in a while I'll pick up a jicama and make these because my family really loves it. We mainly do these like in the fall, but I did a lot of them when I was making chaffles. I used to use Quest cinnamon toast protein powder instead of Keto Chow, and I loved the flavor, but I hated the ingredients. So I'm glad that I found Keto Chow because it has much cleaner ingredients and you can do so much with it, and it has a better flavor too. So we're just gonna melt that. It doesn't take long to melt that in here. Now, one of the things that I'm gonna use to sweeten the jicama a little bit is this Whole Earth allulose baking blend. Now, you can use any type of allulose sweetener, or you can use erythritol or monk fruit, stevia, doesn't matter. I just find that this browns like sugar, and it's just better. I don't have any type of, digestive issues from it. So I've got half a cup of the allulose, and then I've got 2 tablespoons of apple pie spice. Now, you may be thinking that's a lot, but we've got about 6 cups of diced jicama, and this is gonna make a lot of waffles for me to put in the freezer. You see, that's a lot of diced jicama. And as you can tell, it is very much like, looks like a potato, a diced potato or diced pear. You can also use chayote squash, but it's a pain to peel and dice up. It gets a little slimy, and I don't like that. This will get a little bit of a kind of a sliminess to it, but I like it. It's not too bad. I'm also going to flavor it with these Lorann Apple flavor super strength extracts. And I'll probably put 2 tablespoons of that extract in there because I really want to make it taste like apple. Okay, that butter is just about melted. Almost. Hurry up, butter. I got things to do. I ain't got time to wait on you. I gotta get through before my dad pops in here for his lunch, because he likes to come in here whenever I'm cooking, and he likes to see what I'm making, and then he likes to get him something to eat. Okay, this is starting to sizzle. Good enough, close enough. So now we're gonna dump this jicama in there. Get all that out of there. It is a pain to peel, I'm not gonna lie, but it is so worth it because it just tastes so good. All right. Now I'm just gonna take and kind of get that jicama coated with that melted butter. Now, when I don't have so much jicama, I usually do it in a skillet on the stove top. But since I had so much, rather than doing it in batches, I thought, well, I'm just gonna put it in this thing and so I can get finished quicker. Seems like the older I get, time just sort of speeds up. Okay. Now I'm also going to add a couple of capfuls of real lemon juice. And a little bit extra. Got a lot of jicama there. And I would prefer to use fresh lemon juice, but I'm out of lemons. It's not something I keep around anymore. Gonna be doing a lot of cooking this week. I may not video all of it. We're having ribs on Thursday. And we're in the process of curing 20 pounds of bacon for the smoker. Of course, that won't be cooked until next week. All right. love the way that sizzles. It's like bacon frying. You associate so many of these things with your childhood or a memory. Where I grew up in a very small neighborhood, and one of our neighbors, she used to teach cooking down at Auburn University, and she taught me how to cook. And I would go over to her house every Saturday, and we would watch Justin Wilson, and then we would cook. Now, some of the things that we cooked turned out really well, but every so often we would fix something and end up eating a bologna sandwich or a tomato sandwich or tuna fish salad. She taught me how to make bread. I know how to make sourdough, and I used to make bread all the time, which is how I got fat, because bread is evil. I love bread. Turns out bread loved me too. It really loved my thighs and my backside. But you know what? I don't feel like I'm missing out because I have really good things now. And Joe and Rachel was saying last night, or I don't know, I've watched so many of their videos, I had to play catch up. I can't remember if it was their Keto on the Couch or last night with Bronson. They were talking about it's not so much about finding copies of your foods that you liked pre-keto, but finding an alternative. And this is a nice alternative. Because apple does have a lot of sugar in it. And me and sugar, we just don't get along. Now I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this apple pie spice and this allulose in here, because I want that to caramelize a little bit. Now I'm just going to stir that. It looks dark, but this way I don't have to add extra apple pie spice to the Snickerdoodle Keto Chow, because see, I don't have any apple pie Keto Chow because I ate it all. We used it up, and they don't have big bags yet. So again, I'm advocating for big bags of apple pie and the caramel macchiato to hurry up and be added to a regular, you know, where we can buy it, because I'm going to need a ton of it because it's my favorite flavor. Now, I still love chocolate toffee. That's still one of my favorites. The lemon, the orange cream, the banana. I like them all. I love their products. I love them. They're good people. Oh, that smells so good. It smells like Christmas. Already smells like apple. Okay. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this apple extract. Oh goodness, it smells like an apple pie exploded in here. That's okay. Don't have to worry about having a candle when you're making this stuff, or aromatherapy. It just smells like Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July. Now, something that's pretty popular here in Alabama is fried apple pies. And I'm sure that you could do that with this and maybe fathead dough, but I'm not doing it because that would be a huge trigger for me and I would probably overdo it. Now, this Lorann flavoring extract doesn't have any sugar in it. It's gluten-free. The only thing it contains is artificial flavors and propylene glycol, which is perfectly safe to ingest. So while this is cooking down, it's going to thicken up. It's going to become almost like a preserve or a relish. I used to like pear relish. There's a lot of things I used to like. Taste has changed since I've been off sugar for so long. That's another thing, you know, you may be thinking, especially if you're just starting out, you may be thinking, hey, you know, I got a terrible sweet tooth, you know, how in the world am I gonna, you know, get rid of this sweet tooth? Well, Keto Chow is a wonderful way to do that, because It's a complete nutritional keto meal if you drink it like a shake. You can make it hot, you can make it cold, you can make it into pudding, custard, waffles, cheesecake, cakes, mug cakes. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. Now, I love the Keto Chow drop biscuits, and I make those with the chicken soup base of Keto Chow. They have savory flavors too, like spicy taco, creamy tomato basil. They have a beef base, which I have not tried yet. I haven't tried the beef base. I like the chicken, and I like the creamy tomato basil, and the spicy taco is okay, but I have to add extra spice to it for myself because it ain't spicy. And Mama likes it spicy. Not too spicy. I like to taste stuff the rest of the week. I'm going to finish cooking this down, and then we will mix up the batter and make the waffles. So stay tuned. Okay, so we've got our jicama all cooked down. It's all happy. Now, in this bowl, I have, don't let this get overwhelming because this is a lot of Keto Chow. I have 8 scoops of Snickerdoodle flavor Keto Chow. I have 8 teaspoons of baking powder. I have 8 tablespoons of coconut flour. And then I have about 1 1/4 cups of chopped pecans. Now, in this bowl, I have 4 cups of water and 8 large eggs. And I think we're just going to have to mix it in this because, yeah, we're just going to have to mix it in this. So first, I'm going to take my dry ingredients and I'm just going to dump them all in there so you can see. Good grief. And I have my Dash No Mess Belgian waffle maker. I have it over here preheating. All right. So we've got that. And I'm just gonna sort of fold it in because this is gonna be some workout. This is my strength training for today. Or at least some of it. Okay, now, I forgot to add my coconut oil. Can't leave that out. All right, so I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of this Carrington Farms organic coconut cooking oil. You can add the coconut oil, you can add melted butter, you can add ghee. It really doesn't matter. Just need a little bit of fat in there. I don't know that some applewood bacon grease might be good in this, but let's not get crazy. All right, now I'm going to pour this in. Now the real work begins. Because of the acacia gum in this, in the Keto Chow, and the coconut flour, it will soak up this liquid. It may seem like soup, but nope. It's going to be a nice batter. It's a lot of stirring. This is going to make probably around 40 waffles. Or, wait a minute. Alright, if I do 4 scoops of Keto Chow, I usually get 4 sheets of 4, or 5 sheets, no, 4 sheets of 4. So that's 16 waffles, so, okay, about 32 waffles. But I may get more because it has more stuff in it, so. I'm going to put them in the freezer, and then all we have to do is take them out, put them in the toaster and toast them up, put some butter and some sugar-free syrup on there, and it is so good. Very nice breakfast. Whew, that is a workout. I gotta work that right arm. Okay. Now, so now we're gonna cook the waffles. And I'm gonna show you that. Okay, now we're gonna make these waffles. This is gonna be a while, but this is the Dash No Mess Belgian waffle maker. And generally you don't have to spray it, but because it's got the jicama in there, sometimes they will stick a little bit, so I just spray it with my Chosen Foods avocado oil spray. Just spray it a little bit. And I don't spray it every time, just when I feel like I need to. I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup of batter. I love this waffle maker. I love all my Dash appliances. I use them on a regular basis. I just got the pizzelle maker and just got the bowl maker that I haven't made. And that will spread out. So all we got to do is just take it down. And on this, you do have to press down a little bit so it'll spread out, because normally you wouldn't have to, but this you do. Got my spatula ready to take them up. As soon as that light turns green, usually it's 3 or 4 minutes. Sometimes I have to leave them in there a little bit longer. I'll check them. Now on the little mini waffle maker, which is this, you generally have to wait about 4 minutes if you make them individually. Alrighty. Best part is I'm not going to have to fix waffles for a couple of weeks, or at least not these. I might have to fix some chocolate mint waffles or some chocolate peanut butter waffles, or I might fix some lemon waffles so we can put fresh blueberries on them. But other than that, because we eat a lot of waffles on the days that we eat breakfast, and generally when I have these waffles, I generally don't eat lunch, because 2 of them with bacon and eggs generally fills me up. And while I'm standing here cooking these, if you have not tried this, it is the Cinnamon Toast Perfect Keto Collagen. This stuff is amazing. It's really sweet, so I still have to put a little bit of cream in my coffee. I suppose I could just use less and just have more coffee, which, you know, I don't have a problem with that. But I do like the Perfect Keto Collagen. It is a little bit pricey, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. When you're on a fixed income, some of this stuff can get a little bit pricey. You certainly don't have to have it. You can get your collagen from your food, from eggs and chicken, fish. But my body actually needs more. I also have a condition, hypoproteinemia, which means I have chronically low protein. And that is because of all the years of antibiotics that I took for my HS and the infections that it caused. And it has destroyed my absorption system. So my body doesn't absorb the nutrients that it's supposed to from its food. So my protein, I have to eat even more protein. And it's very difficult to try to get all my protein in each day. I've been trying to do the 1-to-1 ratio that we're doing in the Two Crazy Ketos family group. Been trying that this past month, just slowly increasing my protein. And I find that it is so hard to get it all in. And I know a lot of y'all are struggling with it as well. Some people don't have a problem with it. Me, that's the reason why I don't really do intermittent fasting very much, because I have to eat 2 or 3 times a day, otherwise I can't get all of my protein or my nutrients in. Because I just can't eat very much at a time. I get full. And that's due to all the years of the starvation diets, the low fat, low calorie. I had a doctor one time to tell me that I only needed to eat around 800 calories a day. Needless to say, I fired him. He is no longer my doctor. Then I had one doctor that tried to put me on the South Beach diet, wanted me to eat fish every day, and I love fish, but not every day. And I'm one of those strange people. I actually don't have a problem with chicken liver, beef liver. I don't have a problem with that. I don't cook it myself. My mother fixes it, and she fixes it really good. But Mom's having a lot of mobility problems with her rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, and osteoporosis. Keto does help her, but winter was really rough on her. So she cooks breakfast every morning. Well, I fix these, and she fixes like eggs, bacon, sausage to go with it. And then me and my husband, we alternate on cooking supper every night. All right. Green light means go. All right. Now, oh, they look so good. They're not burnt. That's just all the good apple pie spice. They're going to be flavorful. They're hot. Ooh, they're hot. So, what I like about this waffle maker is you see these channels on the side? Because sometimes they overfill. And I tell you what, that's the chef's snacks. So that's the reason why whenever even I'm making these, I don't eat lunch. Because if there's any spillage, I'm eating it. But this is the finished product. Ooh, look at them waffles. So that's my mock apple pie waffles. They're not really apple, but it's got jicama in it. And we love these, and this will do us for quite some time. Like I said, I'm not gonna have to make waffles for a while, at least not this flavor. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Again, I don't care. And hopefully I can try to come up with some new recipes. Just remember that there are plenty of alternatives that you can find to replace the foods that you love pre-keto. It may not taste the same, but sometimes they taste even better. So stop making excuses and start making progress. I'll see you next time.